Hello, today I'm going to be presenting my RTI presentation. My name is Chad Lucas, and I'm currently in the master's degree program with the Department of Special Education, specifically SPED 644, Program Foundations for Students with Learning and Behavior Problems. Overview. Here's what we're going to be covering today. What is RTI? RTI versus special education, the three RTI tiers, and the RTI process. First off, we're going to start with what is RTI? RTI, or response to intervention, is a multi-tiered approach to the early identification and support of students with learning and behavioral needs. It also begins with high-quality instructions and universal screening of all children in the general education classroom. Struggling learners are provided with interventions at increasing levels of intensity and accurate their rating of learning. These services may be provided by a variety of personnel to include general education teachers, special education teachers, and different specialists that are located within the school. Progress is closely monitored to assist both the learning rate and level of performance of individual students. Educational decisions about the intensity and duration of the interventions are based on individual students' responses to instructions. What is RTI continued? It's high quality, scientifically based classroom instruction, ongoing student assessments, universal screenings and progress monitoring, the three-tiered instructions, effectively differentiate instructions for all students, and it also has parent involvement, provides information about their child. RTI versus special education. As you can see here, RTI is designed with all students in mind. RTI also provides early interventions and uses data to inform teachers about their instructional process. RTI eliminates poor instructional quality as an explanation for learning problems. Now we're going to look at RTI and Tier 1. Within Tier 1, all students receive high quality, scientifically based instruction provided by qualified personnel to ensure that their difficulties are not due to inadequate instruction. All students are screened on a periodic basis to establish an academic and behavioral baseline. The length of time for this step can vary, but it generally should not exceed 8 weeks. During the 8-week period or shorter, student progress is closely monitored. At the end of this period, students showing significant progress are generally returned to the regular classroom. If the student does not show progress or adequate progress, they're moved to Tier 2. Let's look at Tier 2. Tier 2 of the RTI. Students not making adequate progress in their regular classroom in Tier 1, like we just talked about within the first 8 weeks, are provided with increasingly intensive instruction matching to their needs on a basis of levels of performance and rates of progress. The intensity can vary across different group sizes, the frequency and duration of intervention, and level of training of the professionals providing instruction or intervention. Services and interventions are provided in small group settings in addition to instructions in the general curriculum. In early grades, like kindergarten through 3rd grade, interventions are usually in the areas of reading and math. On to Tier 3. Tier 3. At this level, students receive individualized, intensive interventions that target the specific student's skill deficiency. This is more one-on-one training. Students who do not achieve the desired level of progress in response to these targeted interventions are then referred for a comprehensive evaluation and considered for eligibility in a special education services, and this is under the Individuals with Disability Education Improvement Act of 2004, or the IDEA program. Let's look at the RTI process. RTI process. At any point in the RTI process, IDEA 2004 allows parents to request a formal evaluation, determine eligibility for special education. During an RTI process, a student's progress cannot be used to deny or delay a formal evaluation for special education. The parents can request this at any time. In addition to variations in the tiers used to deliver RTI services, schools use different approaches in implementation, such as problem solving, functional assessments, standard protocols, and also a hybrid approach. That's a lot of information that we've already went over. Let's go ahead and review what we just covered. We went over what is RTI. It's a multi-tiered approach. It's used for early identification. It supports students with learning and behavioral needs. It begins with high-quality instruction. There is also universal screening for all students in general education. It's provided by general educators, special educators, and school specialists. It's a closely monitored program which focuses on learning rates and levels of performance. We also talked about high quality, which is scientifically based classroom instruction, ongoing student assessment, universal screening and progress monitoring, tiered instruction, which effectively differentiates instruction for all students, also parent involvement, which is where information is provided to parents about their child. We also went over RTI versus special education. It's designed with all students in mind, provides early intervention, and eliminates poor instructional quality. We went over the 3 tiers of the RTI: high quality classroom instruction, targeted interventions, and intensive interventions and comprehensive evaluations. We also talked about the RTI process. IDEA of 2004. It can also not be used to deny or delay a formal evaluation, and every school has a different approach to the RTI. Does anybody have any questions at this time? If not, I'd like to thank you for attending my briefing on the RTI process, the 3 tiers, RTI versus special education. Thank you.